What's going on, guys? My name is Renegade. Today we're here for another episode of Overwatch Q&A. Before we get into the video, if you guys could leave any questions for future episodes of Overwatch Q&A, my goal is to do this series weekly, but I just don't get enough questions to do it on a regular basis, so I'm sort of just doing it from whenever I can find enough questions online and stuff. But if you guys could leave any questions for future episodes of the series in the comment section down below, or you can tweet me them, or you can leave them on my Discord server, both of those links are in the description, that would be awesome. Without any further ado, let's get into this week's questions. Our first question this week is coming from a user on Reddit, and they asked, what's the difference between the MMR system and the skill rating system in Overwatch? Now, I have discussed this in the past, but I'll talk about it again briefly. Basically, the skill rating system is the system that, everyone knows about it. It's adjusted in your competitive games, and you can see it as it goes up or goes down. You do placement matches at the start of every season to get the skill rating determined, and you can work on it from there and make it adjust as you play more games. Pretty simple. Now, the MMR system is a bit different. The MMR system has been in place since day one, and it's constantly adjusting and going down, going up, whatever, based on your performance in both quick play and competitive mode. And so what the MMR system is it represents your true skill. Your skill rating is often a lot higher than your MMR because your MMR represents the skill you have, whereas your skill rating can often be influenced by other things. For example, you might be really good at communication and carrying a team, but you might be just really badly skilled, and so your MMR might be equivalent to gold, but your actual skill rating, because you can carry games with your communication, might be at like masters. And so it's not necessarily accurate a lot of the time compared to your skill rating, but it is representative, probably more accurately towards your actual skill over your skill rating. However, your MMR is used kind of a little bit too much, in my opinion, when determining your skill rating and stuff in competitive mode. At the start of this season, we found out that you weren't really placed where you were this season based on how many matches you won or lost, which is what you'd think would be the case. Instead, you were placed where you were this season, season 3, that is, by the way, based on your MMR and your previous season's skill rating. And so, pretty much, the system was kind of a bit stupid, and in the sense that they kind of didn't really make it seem worthwhile to do placements. Either way, that's the difference between MMR and skill rating. Our next question is coming from Aviv, I believe. I don't know. This might be how you pronounce it. I don't really know. And he was on a Discord server, and he asked, what's your main role in Overwatch? And I presume you're talking about like tank, DPS, or healer. I typically pick tank or healer. I don't really pick DPS too often, but generally I'm playing tank. I quite like playing Zarya, and I end up playing Reinhardt a lot, and I've been dabbling with a bit of Roadhog recently as well, so I'm mainly over on tank, but I'm always willing to adjust to what my teammates want me to do in terms of like healing or whatever. I don't ever really get into situations where they're like, yeah, can you play DPS? Because I can just play Zarya instead or whatever. So it's I don't know, I just usually stick to tanks and healers, to be honest. This question is coming from Steak Miner from the comment section of my last video, and he asked, hey Renegade, I love playing Widow, Sombra, and Tracer, those type of heroes. I presume you mean off-meta heroes? I don't know, Tracer's not really off-meta, but it was a month ago this comment was left, so I don't know. Either way, he said, what I wanted to ask is, how do I deal with people who try and go against my picks with these heroes? There are two ways I can interpret the way you asked this. It's how do I deal with being counted? And how do I deal with people who are like, fuck you, don't play these heroes? If you're being counted, and if someone's literally just picking a hero that's going to make your life hard, then I'd suggest you switch the hero to something else. So, for example, if you're playing Widowmaker and there's a Winston that's just being a pain in the fucking ass, then probably should just switch it up. And then if you're playing, if someone's telling you to switch, it's best to evaluate the situation. If he's telling you to switch, there's a reason why. Obviously, like if your team is losing, then obviously something needs to be done about it. And so, switching off a hero might fix it. Not usually. It doesn't usually fix it straight away. It often requires the team just to play a bit differently, try a different strategy. But in saying that, if you're playing, again, same situation, if you're playing Widow and Winston's diving you constantly, then yeah, you probably should switch it off. change it up a bit. But generally, playing a hero that you enjoy playing and playing what you're good at is the best option for you. So if at the start of the game someone's just like, fuck you, don't play Sombra, don't listen to that cunt and play it anyway, because you're best playing what you're best at, if that makes sense. Our next question is coming from Tipsy Turtle, and they asked, when the fuck will D.Va be fixed? Oh man, this is weird. I don't know, man. This is an interesting situation, because D.Va is one of those heroes that she doesn't really have like a serious counter. Roadhog does a really good job of it at the moment, but like it's strange because D.Va is considered pretty OP, but at the same time, she had a couple of nerfs, and so it's like she's not really broken anymore, but she's still really powerful. Her defense matrix is just incredibly powerful, and her health pool and damage is incredibly powerful too. And yeah, she's in a really good spot right now, and so I don't know. It's just a matter of like being good at Zarya, I guess. Zarya does a really good job of countering her most of the time, but nothing really hard counters her. If you've got a D.Va that's giving you some troubles, you can go with like a Zarya, Roadhog, Mei. Those three heroes will make D.Va's life pretty hard. So if that's really getting on your nerves, then you can try those three heroes as like a combination on your team. That'll probably do it. But yeah, no, D.Va's. I do agree. D.Va is pretty OP, and so it'd be great if Blizzard could fix her, please. All right, I'm gonna do like rapid fire questions now. So if you don't want to hear all this, you can click off the video now. But someone asked like a bunch of questions, so I'm just gonna go through them all. Who is your most played hero in comp? Reinhardt. Regrettably, don't like playing him, but I always end up playing him anyway. Is Reaper trash? Reaper's okay. D.Va really makes his life hard, and D.Va's, as I said before, she's kind of really powerful at the moment. But Reaper's slowly recovering as D.Va gets a little bit weaker. What the fuck can Genji's E not block? Anything that's not a projectile. So like Mei's freeze when she's actually freezing you, Zarya's beam. That's like about it, to be honest. I'm sure there's more stuff, but generally bullets and projectiles he can't block. But stuff that's not a bullet or a projectile, like Winston's gun or whatever, he can't block pretty much. Is it just me, or can you not throw out your orbs while charging an attack? Yeah, that's just you. I mean, you definitely can't throw your orbs out while you're charging an attack on Zenyatta. What's the best Roadhog skin? I really like the new skin for the Lunar New Year. I forget what it's called, but it's like the Feast skin. Do you think skins are coming out soon that I should save up for? Definitely. Always save your coins for skins that are coming out for events. And that's going to be it for this guy's questions. But that was all from one guy named John Stewart. I'm pretty sure I know that guy, by the way. I think it's someone from my school that like found my videos and just like spammed a bunch of questions. Either way, thanks for leaving questions on the last video in my Discord and stuff like that. You can leave more in there. I don't mind if you leave like 20 like that guy did. He left like 6 or whatever. Do what you want. Just leave as many questions as you want. Just random Overwatch related questions. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Alright, our next question is coming from Milo or Milu. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. You're really active in the Discord server and I still don't know how to pronounce your name. But either way, Milo7, oh fucking I don't know. Either way, he asked, what is your favorite Overwatch map and does this vary if you use different heroes? Personally, I really like Nepal. King of the Hill, in my opinion, or what is it called? Capture Point? I don't know. I don't know the actual name of it, but King of the Hill, everyone knows what you're talking about when you say King of the Hill, is my favorite game mode. And generally, I like Nepal, pretty much, I guess. And it really does depend if I use different heroes. I like an example of this is I really like playing Reinhardt sometimes. And on Oasis, I can play Reinhardt, and for some reason, I'm really good at Reinhardt on Oasis. I don't know why. My favorite game ever was played on Oasis, where I got 70 eliminations as Reinhardt, and I was just like, I was being a fucking god. And I just had a great time playing Reinhardt that one day. And yeah, that was great. But then when I play Widowmaker on Oasis, I actually like, literally, it just kills me because it's really hard. And so, I don't know, it depends on the hero, but generally, Nepal is my favorite map. It seems to be quite well balanced and quite well spaced out for most heroes, and so it seems pretty good to me, Nepal.